Moreover,
Are you dating anybody right now?
Student,
sure,
You're dating someone right now.
of course.
How long have you guys been together?
Well, it's not up to a year.
The way you're saying it, are you uncomfortable with the guy?
I'm comfortable with him.
You are looking as if
So worried,
you're
restless.
worried, you're restless. Is there anything
So,
wrong with being on this show?
at all?
Would you want us to
Nothing is
excuse you?
wrong. No, I'm okay.
All right, so before you met the guy in question, first and foremost, your present guy right now, is it working? Does it work? Or is it
Well,
student too?
he's a student.
Okay.
Why did you do that?
All right, so I'll just quickly jump in with your guy. How old are you right now?
I'm 21.
21. Okay, so since you're 21 and your boyfriend is a student, I don't want to knock his chances, but there's a very, very good chance you guys may not end up together.
Straight and direct.
All right, I'm telling you, I'm being honest with you. Okay, so the reason why we have this conversation on the show, all right, is because we want people to be able to make the right sets of decisions. I'm not saying you should go and break up with your boyfriend, though.
Well, he's a student, but he has what he does. Like, he has what he's doing. So, like, he's not a G guy, but he does something online, like all this online business stuff. That's what he
and
does.
he makes enough from the online business to keep.
What are you saying?
He's a web developer.
Sir.
No, so I would tell you this. I'm not trying to get you to break up with your guy. Okay? But you've heard the entire stories we've said. All right. On this show, we advocate that if women are going to go into relationships, they should be focused on getting married within 2 years. And there's a reason for that. We're not saying that you cannot date people for fun. But the reason why we say people should focus on getting married within 2 years is because the longer women stay before they get married, the more difficult it becomes to have children. I'm not saying you would have difficulty. I'm just saying it becomes more difficult having children. All right. And there's something that's painful for a woman to want to have kids and not be able to have it. Okay. So if at this particular stage, you are in a particular frame of mind in which you can have relationships and you know you are ready to get married, then it makes sense for you to engage with people who are ready, who are of the marrying kind. And what does that mean? Usually most men, from statistics, most men do not get married before the age of 28. In fact, there's a range between the age of 28 to 33. And the reason why is because men require some time of work, okay, to gather up the resources they need to support a family. Yeah. So if I'm listening to you and you tell me you're 21, your boyfriend is 22, and your boyfriend does not have an inheritance from his father, or it's not as if it's not like he has bought shares. They bought shares in a company that went public or whatever. If you don't have that large amount of income, chances are that he will not be ready to settle into marital relationship. And what usually ends up happening is you probably will date him for 2-3 years, and then probably you guys will break up. That's what usually, if you talk to most people, you've seen people, most people who date in secondary school or on 100 level to they end up. So just keep that at the back of your mind. So let's just move on to the next person so that I'm not trying to make you feel bad.
Of course,
okay?
I'm
But
not.
you can show him this podcast and ask him that you went on a podcast.
We got married.
Who are we?
When do you think? I think you should even ask him this question. When do you think you will be ready to get married?
I think that question is not like
For now.
For
now.
So like
What level is he? And what level are you?
The question is she ready
Is
to
that
get married?
necessary?
that's exactly.
Okay, so let me ask you this. This is it. Are you ready to get married?
Like in the next,
How soon would, in the next, how many years do you think you?
well, I think in the next 4 years, yeah, to be precise.
So do you think you're going to
Be a
date
lot
this
of
guy for the
difference,
next 4 years without breaking up?
Lord of the Rings.
Because this is what will end up happening. Let me tell you what will end up happening. All right, okay. I don't know much about your guy. All right, but if you hang out with the guy for the next 4 years, all right. I'm a guy. I don't see how as a single guy I would be with a lady for 5 years and won't have sex. I don't see that. I don't see as a single lady you will have sex with the guy at some particular point in time. You may not run the risk of getting pregnant for him. Okay? I don't see that. So it means that within 5 years, at some point, if you get pregnant from the guy, I don't see how you won't have termination of pregnancies. I'm being honest with you because I am a doctor. I have seen people. In fact, the point is, So I don't see how that will not happen. And so what will end up happening is at the age of 25, you may now meet a new guy and you now ask the guy that you should forget about the guy you've been with for 5 years. Do you understand me? So just think about it. Have the conversation with him when you get back. And if he tells you that you guys will not get married in the next 6 years, then why are you wasting your time? Because the time you are spending with the guy, you may find there might be a young man between the age of 28 to 33 who is ready to get married in the next 2 years. And you will say no to that guy because you're dating someone presently. This is not religion. This is not religion. We are being practical. Okay?
Even if it tells you yes, yeah.
If it tells you, it's not a matter of just him telling you yes. You also have to, there has to be the receipt. You know what I mean by receipt? The guy must be capable of supporting a family. He must be capable of supporting 2 children within the first 3 to 4 years of the marriage. If he's not capable of doing that, the guy is lying to you.
And most like if the guy loves you, if the guy loves you, he'll probably tell you yes. If you ask the next 2 years,
So that you will not go for another guy.
if guy loves you, am I on this right?
No, he's right.
You are talking to the elder statesman now.
He's right.
This is now. I mean, why would I lose you?
Because
Why do I have
yes,
somebody
because
else?
that question is so
The
weighty.
question I'm putting to her, you're not getting the question. I didn't ask her, is the guy going to marry her? Okay, I'm asking her right now. So let me rephrase the question. Should ask him that how soon does he think the 2 of you will get married? So that you can put a clock to it.
$1 billion.
Because if the guy is not ready to get married in the next 4 years, don't waste your time. All right. So that 4 years will go by, you're 25, and then the guy tells you that now I'm not ready, I'll be ready in 4 years' time. That's another 4 years, 8 years, you're 29.
I want to build
And then by the time you're 29, the guy now
Nice.
tells you that I would have dated you, but you are not looking like this 22-year-old.
Damn.
And
when
they-
he's finally ready.
Damn.
we guys have there are guys in this room that people, if they see them, they will do like this for. All right, so let's just leave that there so that still back to the old conversation we're having.